Before I start talking about some Pokemon, I did want to let you guys know we are pushing for 1,000. 1,000. I'm filming this on January 1st. I believe this video is coming out on the 19th. So if I'm not there already, or even if I am, just hit the subscribe button. It's not going to change any of the things you see on your feed. If for whatever reason you don't want to be spammed with my stuff and you like to kind of look at my YouTube stuff every once in a while, that's fine. No big deal. Just subscribe. Let me know you exist. We're pushing for 1,000 and I know we can do it. But let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about the most underrated bug types in all of Pokemon. And if you know this channel, but just in general know Pokemon, you know that the bug type is by far and beyond the most neglected type in early Pokemon. And as time goes on, it got much better. But unfortunately, it's incredibly neglected to start off. And for the most underrated, in my personal opinion, it's actually Venomoth. The fact that Venomoth gets a handful of psychic moves plus hypnosis actually sets him aside from other bug types that are around. Dustox basically took the concept of Venomoth and ran with it. When I might even put Dustox in Gen 3, we'll see what my options are. But Venomoth actually is a lot better than you think. He gets a lot more moves than you know that he gets because you don't use this. Like, you don't use this, so you don't know what moves it gets. But if you actually use it and get it to a decently high level, you can do some cool stuff with it. Gen 2. It's Forretress. This is one of the best walls in the game. Unfortunately, just like Ferrothorn, if you bring a fire type out, you're done. But if you don't, you can do some really great things with it. Stealth Rocks, Spikes are available. Toxic is available. Sticky Webs, also available, right? There's a lot of things you can do with this in competitive battles so long as you switch it into the right thing and hope that there's no fire move on the other side. And with terastallization being a thing in today's day and age, you can actually make this thing even better competitively. Gen 3, did I speak it into existence or not? Is it Dustoxed? No, it's Shedinja. Just like I talked about, where if you strategize properly, you have success. This thing has priority moves. This thing has, of course, Wonder Guard. And as long as you know the enemy's moveset, you're going to be just fine. Unfortunately for this thing, status can also kill it. So a poison immunity would have been a lot better in hindsight to give this guy. But they never ended up doing that for whatever reason. That'd be really cool if that's something that they could have given Shedinja, a poison typing or something. But beyond that, you know for sure that this is a Pokemon that you can switch into at the right time, either competitively or uncompetitively, and there's nothing that can be done about it, and you win. You just have to place him in the perfect spot. For Gen 4, I already talked about Mothim before. I'm going to talk about Skorupi, and here's why I'm going to talk about Skorupi. It's all about the potential. This tiny little Scorpion is bad compared to the other stuff around. It might be the worst, but he evolves into Big Scorpion, and Big Scorpion is good Scorpion. Big Scorpion does lose bug typing, but I'm not talking about picking Big Scorpion here, which is not an option. I'm talking about picking Little Scorpion. Little Scorpion is the answer. Skorupi. Gen 5. Clearly already talking enough, huh? Gen 5, the answer is obviously going to be Crustle. Crustle probably sounds a little bit better. Crustle's a wall. He's a wall. I don't think his weaknesses that the rock typing gives him hurts him that much. I think that because of the bug typing, it offsets fighting. It offsets ground that would have otherwise hurt rock. He gains a water weakness. He loses his fire weakness. He loses his flying weakness. He does not have a grass weakness. It's neutral, right? So that rock bug typing is really underrated considering how many things you help the bug type while not hurting the rock type either because of the bug type. And that ended up working out really well in favor of Crustle. Oh boy. Well, we've talked about it before. Unfortunately, what Gen 6 did, is I'm stretching in my chair right now, which is why I sound so far away. There we go. Is that, like, they added one. They added one bug type and megas, And I'm not going to say any megas are underrated, so I guess I'm just going to pick Vivillon and we're going to call it a day. Gen 7. If you guys have never used this Pokemon, you're insane. I believe the name is Araquanid. And if I am wrong about that name, then I'm thinking of a other Pokemon in the game. But I'm pretty sure it's Araquanid. It's fast. It's Bug Water, which before Surskit we had never had before. We have never had a Bug Water type before Surskit, which is a Pokemon that evolved and lost the typing. Lost it. I could have put Golisopod here for the same reason, but I personally think Golisopod is the best bug type. But Araquanid is fast, and it gets really good moves, and this is the time in Gen 5, 6, and 7, but mostly I think in Gen 7, when they finally gave the bug types what they asked for. When they finally gave the bug types actual power, and they weren't just neglected. Obviously, you have your outliers, Pinsir and Heracross were in there, but those guys are like Pokemon that are in the end of the game, and there's like one good bug move in the game, which is Mega Horn all the way up until Gen 4, so that's why that's the case. Araquanid, super strong. Generation 8 is Frosmoth. Frosmoth. Bug Ice. Bug Ice. This thing's moveset, while it's going to be absolutely destroyed by so many different types defensively, its moveset and its power is so great. It is so great. You can put a Blizzard set together on this thing, and it gets sticky webs, so you can just keep people slower than you, and just attack first and sweep, and that's your best bet pretty much with Frosmoth. But it works. It does work. Gen 9. I could say it's Rabska again, but Spidops is here. Spidops, let me say something about Spidops real quick, guys. First of all, I may have put Spidops in my worst video. I hope everybody watching this knows that video was over 6 months ago. Might have even been longer than that. I know it wasn't this time last year, so it was probably like March or April last year. I don't know. I have no idea how long ago that was. I might have put Spidops in my worst video. No, actually, that worst video might have been over 2 years ago. We'll figure it out for sure. But here's the thing with Spidops. He is disappointing when you have a Pokemon that looks like this. You're expecting it to power up, just like a Magikarp does. You got this, and you liked the design, but the ability to really do much was disappointing. That was up until I had a proper moveset and level on Spidops, and I was destroying people when I had it. Spidops is fast. He's a knockoff user. He gets all the great bug moves, including First Impression, Mega Horn, not Mega Horn. What's the, if you don't have a horn, what's that one? It's something, okay? I already forgot the name of it, but it's good. Whatever it is, it's good, right? All while having access to Swords Dance. Like, this thing's not bad. It really is not bad. You can do more with this than you expect. And I did like the design. Looking at it right now, it kind of looks silly. I guess maybe it looks better in 3D, but I like the design. Oh, excuse me. I like the design. What's the most underrated, though? The most underrated bug? I think it's actually Crustle. I think the fact that you have a Pokemon that can be used as a setup Pokemon, and the rock typing helps negate so many bug weaknesses while not adding enough to, offset it, really helps Crustle defensively. And he's a Stealth Rock user, he's a Spikes user, he gets all kinds of bugs and rock moves. This thing is like the ultimate setup Pokemon. And he might even, does he think he gets Spore? I don't think he gets Spore, but I'll look into that off screen, or you guys can let me know in the comments. How about that? But that's about it. That's my list. Oh, I'm not yawning, guys. I did not just yawn. That's my list. As you can see, I'm going to scroll down very slowly, just so you can jog your memory on who we got here. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. If we're not at 1,000 yet, we need to be at 1,000 now. So subscribe. And we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. 9 more videos. 9 more videos before we are done with the underrated list. So do not miss out, and I'll see you guys for another one soon.